Hey Algebras, are you ready for your second completing the square example? Alright, so much like the first one, all of our terms or values are on the left hand side of the equal sign, so we're going to have to move that over and just leave our x squared and our x on the left hand side. So I'm going to add that 26 over, leaving me with x squared plus 20x equals 26. Right, now I'm going to identify my b term, which is 20. I'm going to divide that in 2. And now I'm going to take that value and square it. So 10 squared would be 100. So 100 is the value that I'm going to add on both sides. Right, so again, by adding that 100, I have created a perfect square trinomial. So the square root of 100 is 10, and 10 plus 10 does equal 20. So I know that this side will factor into the quantity of x squared, or the quantity of x plus 10 squared equals 126. All right, so now to solve this, I'm going to take the square root of both sides, and remember the square root of a squared goes away, so leaving us with x plus 10 on the left. Now, the first example was beautiful. It was a perfect square. It's, the square root of 64 was 8. But 126 is not a perfect square, so we're going to have to simplify the radical like we did yesterday in class. So I'm going to go ahead and factor 126 over here. Looks like a good starting point would be, I don't know, 6. 6 goes into 12 twice, 6 goes into 6 once, 6 factors into 2 and 3, 21 factors into 3 and 7. Okay, so now I have all of my prime numbers. I have a pair of 3s, so that 3 comes out, and 2 times 7 stays in. So the square root of 126 would simplify to 3 radical 14. Remember, you multiply that 2 and the 7, and the 3 comes out. And since we took the square root of that side, it is plus or minus. So those would be our two solutions. So we can go ahead and solve this. I'm going to separate the positive from the negative. And I'm going to subtract 10. And I can't combine the 10 with the radical, so it's just negative 10 plus 3 radical 14. Subtract the 10. And again, I cannot combine those, so it is x equals negative 10 minus 3 radical 14. And those would be our two solutions. And remember, we have quadratic, so it does have two solutions. All right. Happy mathing.